Hey developers, welcome to Devcovery. Today, we're bringing you the hottest open source projects trending on GitHub, so you don't miss any tech developments worth your attention.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into a trending project on GitHub, Crawl4AI, an open source web crawler built specifically for large language models. As developers race to build AI applications, sourcing clean, structured data from the web remains a huge bottleneck. This project aims to solve this by efficiently turning messy websites into LLM-ready information, and its massive popularity shows just how needed this solution is. What if the biggest challenge for AI isn't building bigger models, but feeding them cleaner data? The internet is a messy buffet, and most web scrapers just dump the entire chaotic spread onto your plate. A project that's gaining massive traction is rethinking this entire process from the ground up. That project is Crawl4AI, a Python tool by a developer known as unclecode. It's an open-source web crawler designed specifically to turn chaotic web content into clean, structured data that's ready for large language models. Its popularity is undeniable. The project has accumulated over 77,000 stars on GitHub, with more than 700 of those added in just the last day. It has also been forked nearly 8,000 times. This level of interest suggests it's solving a very real and pressing problem for developers. So, what is that core problem? It's the gap between the raw, messy web and the precise needs of AI systems. Standard web crawlers are great at fetching HTML, but this data is filled with noise like ads, navigation bars, and cookie banners. All this noise pollutes the input for AI models. This is especially damaging in sensitive applications like Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. Before, developers would spend huge amounts of time writing complex parsers and cleaners. Commercial scraping APIs offered an alternative, but they often come at a high cost and with limited control over dynamic or protected websites. Crawl4AI's approach is distinctive because it focuses on producing clean, structured Markdown from the very beginning, making data quality a primary design goal. Let's look under the hood. Architecturally, Crawl4AI is built on an asynchronous Python foundation using powerful tools like asyncio and Playwright. This setup allows it to manage a whole pool of headless browsers, enabling high concurrency scraping of modern, JavaScript-heavy websites. It's less like a single scraper and more like an air traffic controller for a fleet of automated browsers. The design philosophy is modular, separating the crawling engine from the processing strategies. A key technical highlight is its hybrid data extraction. It can use traditional, fast CSS selectors for structured sites, but it can also integrate large language models for semantic extraction. A developer can simply provide a data schema and a natural language query, and the tool uses an LLM to populate that schema from unstructured text. Another critical feature is its secure by default Docker API server. It packages the crawler into a scalable microservice with built-in JWT authentication, a direct response to the security risks common in web scraping services. This focus on enterprise-grade features like crash recovery for long-running jobs and adaptive crawling that learns a site structure really sets it apart from simpler tools. So, how is this being used in practice? AI engineers are using Crawl4AI to build knowledge bases for their RAG systems, feeding models with clean, relevant web content. Data scientists are deploying it to create automated pipelines for market analysis, tracking prices or reviews at scale. It's particularly valuable for developers who need to tackle modern websites that rely heavily on JavaScript or employ anti-bot measures, and the entry barrier is surprisingly low. A simple pip install and a short Python script are enough to perform a basic crawl. For more complex deployments, the project provides an optimized Docker image, allowing teams to run it as a secure, internal microservice. Looking at the community, the feedback is largely positive. Developers praise the project's ability to generate clean Markdown that's perfectly tailored for AI applications. They highlight its high performance and its usefulness when integrated with tools like LangChain or Crew.ai. However, the conversation is balanced. There are some concerns. Past security vulnerabilities in the Docker API have made some users cautious about production use. There are also reports of installation friction and challenges with certain heavily protected websites. And despite its capabilities, Crawl4AI faces significant headwinds. It is locked in a perpetual arms race against anti-scraping technologies, which demands constant maintenance just to remain effective. Its immense flexibility is a double-edged sword. It creates a steep learning curve for newcomers who might be overwhelmed by all the configuration options. Furthermore, as a powerful scraping tool, it operates in a legally and ethically complex space. Its use can easily conflict with website terms of service. The project's long-term success will ultimately depend on how well it navigates these challenges. Crawl4AI is not just another web scraper. It's a purpose-built engine for transforming the web into fuel for artificial intelligence. It matters because it directly tackles one of the most significant bottlenecks in building practical AI applications, the costly and complex process of data preparation.
That's all for today's Devcovery. We hope these GitHub trending projects spark some inspiration for your development work. You can find all the repos mentioned in the description below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you tomorrow at the same time.